Thank you very much, Honorable Assistant Minister, and thank you also for the warm words of welcome. The Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mr. Valelevu, government representatives, are there any here? Youth officers and senior management of the ministry, and invited guests, if there are any, and parents and teachers, if there are any. Members of the media, there are some here. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon or evening to you all. I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet this afternoon, on Turana Garnivalu, Matankutu, and Vanua, and pay our respects to their chiefs, past, present, and emerging. We acknowledge their role as custodians of the land on which we sit today and where these facilities are located. And to thank them for allowing us to have these facilities on that traditional tribal land. Great honor and privilege and pleasure for me to be here today as we come to close this significant frontline to leadership dialogue. You are working and leading a very important component of the population of Fiji. And by a very role, you have been entrusted with the development of that group of people that make up the population of Fiji. I believe you have had fruitful discussions, and the exchanges that have taken place over the past 2 days, I believe you have found invaluable in bridging the operational divide between our assistant youth officers, and the senior management. That to me indicates that you are doing this in-house and looking inwards towards the leadership in the ministry before you go out to work with those that you are entrusted to lead and work with. Nation building is not achieved through the formulation of policies alone. It is achieved through people, through dedicated public servants who work directly with the communities, empowering individuals and helping create opportunities for a better future. As frontline officers, you represent government's presence in our communities, and your work directly contributes to social stability, youth empowerment, national development. What is the age group that you embrace? And what percentage of the population is that? 34%. Clear, transparent, effective communication remains fundamental to good governance and public service delivery. As young leaders and youth practitioners, you are uniquely positioned to bridge generational divides, to embrace innovation, and to amplify the aspirations of our young people in a rapidly evolving world. As assistant youth officers and as youth officers, you serve as a as a critical arm of the Ministry of Youth and Sports in ensuring the objectives of the ministry are clearly articulated and represented to everyone who relies on our services. Your role goes far beyond administration. You serve as mentors, facilitators, advocates, and connections and connectors between government and communities. Through your engagement, many young Fijians are provided with opportunities to develop confidence, leadership, skills, and hope for the future. Fiji has a very young and vibrant demographic profile, with around 33.9 or 34% of our national population comprising youth between the age of 15 and 35. It is vital that we continue to amplify efforts in empowering them through targeted skills training, quality education, and sustainable employment opportunities. When I got this figure of 33.9 from the draft, I quickly worked out or went to find out what is the percentage of obesity in our youth in Fiji. And it's also 34%. So 34%, and if you apply that 34% right across the board, 34% of 34% is 105,808 people. That's a big number. And that age group, 15 to 35. What were we doing at 15 to 35? I was head boy at QVS at 17. Came out at 19 and joined the Army and became an officer cadet. I was selected to represent Fiji at 21 and toured England at 22. I was a colonel in the Army at 31, commanding a battalion in Lebanon. So why are our young people today slower to mature, to grow, to take on responsibilities? I don't know who it is, but somebody posted on their page today that I'm going to give up being party leader of my party. There was a lot of cheers. Yes, yes, good. Make way for the young people. I don't know whether that is a real person or fake post or whatever they call those things. But it got me thinking. I've got a lot of members of the party thinking also. Are they ready to step up? There are great challenges ahead of us. We have to address youth unemployment, and that's currently sitting at 18%. More importantly, critical statistics highlighted by the Fiji Bureau of Statistics reveals a staggering 23.7% of Fijians aged between 15 and 24 were not in employment, nor in education, or pursuing critical training, NEET. That is disturbing statistics. The situation facing those individuals who fall under the NEET category is multifaceted. It's an issue that government cannot tackle on its own. It requires collaboration. And it requires stronger partnerships with the private sector, non-government organizations, and our educational institutions, such as this Youth Training Center. It reveals those figures and data and concerns that the National Development Framework of the Ministry of Youth and Sports plays such a critical role. The ministry serves as an important national platform for empowering young people, particularly those in rural, remote, and maritime communities who often face limited access to opportunities and services. You have a very important role. The Fiji of tomorrow depends on how well you go out and perform your role. You should be great motivators. Before you can be, I'm sure you know, you have to be yourself self-motivated. You should be driving your own momentum in whatever you're doing, so that when you go out to speak to the young people of today, wherever you go, you are leading by example. And you can tell them personal stories like what I've just told you. I was this at this age, I was doing that at that age, I was commanding a battalion at 31, that sort of thing. Be motivated. First of all, be motivated yourself. The work undertaken through youth training programs, leadership initiatives, sport development, outreach programs, and capacity building activities directly support government vision of inclusive development and ensuring that no one is left behind. See those people behind you now, who are in the band? They thought the doors had closed on them until they looked a little wider than the tracks on which they have been running their early years and found out that there are opportunities in this ministry. So they've come up and come out and undergone various training to be what they are at this time. And we must keep them going. We must keep them motivated. And those that are not yet in the stream, to get into that stream of momentum upwards. The initiatives that you are on, helping to engage in and implement, are not simply programs. They are strategic investments in social cohesion, nation building, and long-term economic resilience. Empowered youth become productive citizens, stronger community leaders, entrepreneurs, innovators, and agents of positive change. That's what you are responsible for. That's what the country is looking to you to do for the emerging generation. Ladies and gentlemen, as public servants, you must continue to uphold the principles of integrity, accountability, professionalism, and service excellence. The trust placed upon you by government and community is significant, and your ability to work collaboratively and effectively will continue to shape the success of the ministry's objectives and broader government priorities. I'm encouraged that this symposium has provided an opportunity to identify operational bottlenecks, to strengthen coordination, and to improve internal communication across all levels of the ministry. Continuous reflection on improvement are essential if we are to build institutions that are responsive, people-centered, and capable of meeting future challenges. To the senior management and staff, I commend the vital work that you do in ensuring that our youth are empowered to become the leaders of both today and tomorrow. Your tireless services to Fiji, to the community, to the young people, is greatly appreciated, and we encourage you to continue doing what you're doing. I wish you well. I wish you happiness, that you will be happy about your own achievements. So I ask the assistant youth officers who are here now, what's your next objective? The automatic answer should have been to be a youth officer, not just an assistant. That's always your immediate aim. Don't try and kick away the guy in front. Work hard so that when it's your turn to step up, step up. I encourage you to continue to serve and serve with passion, with humility, and with purpose. As I said, the work you do today will shape the future leadership, stability, and prosperity of our nation. Let us work together. I wish you well, and God bless you all.